Never go on site without a construction safety file. Here at FTS Safety, we do a lot of safety files every month. The question that I get quite often is, what do I need to do to become a safety consultant? If you need any assistance, give us a call. We can help you too. My name is Ardent. I'm a safety coach here at FTS Safety. If your employer is responsible for health and safety at work, and you are working from home, who is responsible for health and safety? Click on the link, join us at our Wellness Day, and let's talk about it. Never go on site without a construction safety file. Here at FTS Safety, we do a lot of safety files every month. The question that I get quite often is, what do I need to do to become a safety consultant? If you need any assistance, give us a call. We can help you too. My name is Ardent. I'm a safety coach here at FTS Safety. If your employer is responsible for health and safety at work, and you are working from home, who is responsible for health and safety? Click on the link, join us at our Wellness Day, and let's talk about it. Never go on site without a construction safety file. Here at FTS Safety, we do a lot of safety files every month. The question that I get quite often is, what do I need to do to become a safety consultant? If you need any assistance, give us a call. We can help you too. My name is Ardent. I'm a safety coach here at FTS Safety. If your employer is responsible for health and safety at work, and you are working from home, who is responsible for health and safety? Click on the link, join us at our Wellness Day, and let's talk about it. Never go on site without a construction safety file. Here at FTS Safety, we do a lot of safety files every month. The question that I get quite often is, what do I need to do to become a safety consultant? If you need any assistance, give us a call. We can help you too. My name is Ardent. I'm a safety coach here at FTS Safety. If your employer is responsible for health and safety at work, and you are working from home, who is responsible for health and safety? Click on the link, join us at our Wellness Day, and let's talk about it. Never go on site without a construction safety file. Here at FTS Safety, we do a lot of safety files every month. The question that I get quite often is, what do I need to do to become a safety consultant? If you need any assistance, give us a call. We can help you too. My name is Ardent. I'm a safety coach here at FTS Safety. If your employer is responsible for health and safety at work, and you are working from home, who is responsible for health and safety? Click on the link, join us at our Wellness Day, and let's talk about it. Never go on site without a construction safety file. Here at FTS Safety, we do a lot of safety files every month. The question that I get quite often is, what do I need to do to become a safety consultant? If you need any assistance, give us a call. We can help you too. My name is Ardent. I'm a safety coach here at FTS Safety. If your employer is responsible for health and safety at work, and you are working from home, who is responsible for health and safety? Click on the link, join us at our Wellness Day, and let's talk about it. without a construction safety file. Here at FTS Safety, we do a lot of safety files every month. The question that I get quite often is, what do I need to do to become a safety consultant? If you need any assistance, give us a call. We can help you too. My name is Ardent. I'm a safety coach here at FTS Safety.
Mom, no, that.
If your employer is responsible for health and safety at work, and you are working from home, who is responsible for health and safety? Click on the link, join us at our Wellness Day, and let's talk about it. Never go on site without a construction safety file. Here at FTS Safety, we do a lot of safety files every month. The question that I get quite often is, what do I need to do to become a safety consultant? If you need any assistance, give us a call. We can help you too. My name is Ardent. I'm a safety coach here at FTS Safety.
Mom, no, that.
If your employer is responsible for health and safety at work, and you are working from home, who is responsible for health and safety? Click on the link, join us at our Wellness Day, and let's talk about it. safety file. Here at FTS Safety, we do a lot of safety files every month. The question that I get quite often is, what do I need to do to become a safety consultant? If you need any assistance, give us a call. We can help you too. My name is Ardent. I'm a safety coach here at FTS Safety.
Mom, relax.
If your employer is responsible for health and safety at work, and you are working from home, who is responsible for health and safety? Click on the link, join us at our Wellness Day, and let's talk about it. Never go on site without a construction safety file. Here at FTS Safety, we do a lot of safety files every month. The question that I get quite often is, what do I need to do to become a safety consultant? If you need any assistance, give us a call. We can help you too. My name is Ardent. I'm a safety coach here at FTS Safety.
Mom, relax.
If your employer is responsible for health and safety at work, and you are working from home, who is responsible for health and safety? Click on the link, join us at our Wellness Day, and let's talk about it.
duties of the employer. But the first thing that we need to do is identify all the hazards, meaning sit down and discuss and figure out where can I get injured. And that is quite important because we are going to do that in the office as well as in the office. And then we're going to say that section 24 is reporting of the incident. That's why you must have a first aider, a firefighter, safety rep, reactive stuff. What have you got in plan if something goes wrong? You also need a letter of good standing. Who's going to pick up the bill for that poor guy that got injured? And 37 is that every employer must have an appointment letter stating what they can and cannot do. And then you are also liable for everybody else on your premises. Section 38 is penalties. Yes, there is penalties, but this is not the time to talk about 2 years and 100,000 rand, so we rather move on. Employees. Yes, employees have also got responsibility because we're not appointing children. So let's quickly have a look what is applicable on them. Section 17 says, when do we need to appoint a health and safety rep? Section 8 tells us what is their duties. Now, I'm not going to talk too much about it. That's for the officers alone. Health and Safety Committee, 19 tells us when to have a Health and Safety Committee, and 20 is what is the functions of the Health and Safety Committee. Now, my question is actually to you guys, have you guys got a safety committee? Have you got your first aiders, firefighters, and safety reps in your office, in your company, appointed, functional? And does everybody in the working environment know who they are and how to utilize them? Number 14 is the general duties of the employee. At work, they also have duties that they need to do, but your duties, luckily, is only 5. For example, you need to notify the employer if something goes wrong. You need to report your incidents before the end of the shift. You must participate in all the safety ventures of the employee because he's ultimately responsible. And then the employer has got duty to inform you of everything regarding health and safety. And that's why I'm so excited about this course, because we are here to inform you regarding your health and safety. Okay, let's quickly place devil's advocate. Let's say that we have got that incident that's going to happen. What is going to happen next? Well, firstly, the Department of Labour is going to pitch up on site, and then he's going to ask the highest ranked person, CEO, have you got a plan of action? He says, yes, I've got a safety management program running. I have also educated my staff regarding their duties and responsibilities. I've got a letter of good standing that can, so the bill has been paid and I've informed them. I've got an appointment letter for them stating what they can and cannot do. And then no negligence will be proven on the employer side, and they will jump over to the employees and say, hey, we have got proof of evidence that the employer have acted as a responsible person. So why did you stand on an office chair to change a light bulb? Now, somebody in the office is obviously going to be appointed, the management or safety rep, to make sure that this whole safety program works. Now, let's quickly sum it up. As a representative of the employer, it is then your duty to inform the employees how to do their work safely. Well, webinar is a good way of doing it. Induction training, and toolbox talks, and posters, safe working procedures. There's many ways to inform the people of how the employer can assist them to be safe in their working environment. It is then the employee's responsibility to report back that it is working or not working. How do you guys report back? Well, you can do inspections of your premises, and you can report it to the managers, or you can attend a safety meeting through the safety representative. Can you guys see? That is the circle. This is how we prove reasonable person, is to where you can sit down, identify what can go wrong in your environment, correct it, and then make sure it is in a program by constantly reporting and informing your environment. Okay. Does this make sense? Is that quite straightforward? This is mostly then for the office environment. So let's quickly have a look how we implement this in our office. Okay, so if we have a look at the following, you will see there the office safety that we have. There's obviously a couple of safety rules, and I'm sure you guys have got several rules in your safety management program for stuff that you can and cannot do. But I just quickly want to touch on a couple of things. For example, you must have a safe desk. Okay, your desk is most probably the biggest risk, and we're going to look at the safe desk at the later stage. But your desk is what is extremely important. Do you know your safety team? Do you know as the first aid, as a firefighter, safety? Do you know where to go? Do you understand what their duties is? Do you know where your extinguishers or first aid boxes are? And do you know how to use your fire extinguisher? Well, we're going to go through that as well. It's extremely important because those tools are there to make sure you are safe. It is for your disposal. Okay? Keep all walkways clear. Extremely important that we do not slip, trip, and fall, so we keep our walkways clear. Do not stack in front of escape doors or any door for that matter. And when you have a spill, clean it immediately. Be part of the team and clean it immediately. If you cannot clean it, get somebody, but do not leave it because that is a potential hazard. And then we have our slip, trip, and fall. Office rules, everybody, the majority of the people look at an office and say, our office is a low-risk environment. But I have seen many people in the office get injured. So it's extremely important that you guys must be vigilant. And the easiest way of being vigilant is actually walking through your office and schedule and with fresh set of eyes and see, okay, today I'm only going to look for stuff that is going to injure me or anybody else. This is not only the responsibility of the health and safety rep and first aiders or firefighters, but everybody's responsibility. Because just make sure it is you that get injured. So be part of the solution and see and make a fresh take of eyes. And if you see something that is wrong and you cannot correct it, report it. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to happen, but at least you are part of the solution, and that is important. Now, we mentioned there that everybody must have a clear understanding of how to use the extinguishers. Now, the extinguishers is most probably the most common tool to fight fires in the working environment, and it has been around us forever. We're actually used to extinguishers in our office environment, but do we really use it correctly? Do we understand it? It's so sad that we cannot come here to you and show you physically how to use the extinguisher. So the best that I'm going to do now is show you a little video and of a test that a news channel in America did to play this. Let's quickly have
a surprising new warning from FEMA prompted World News to create a test. There are 1,000 house fires in this country every day, some of them sparked by lightning from these storms, some from summer grills that hurl sparks. And of course, we all think we can grab a fire extinguisher, but FEMA warned most of us don't know how to use them. Do you? ABC's Elizabeth Leamy is our consumer watchdog.
This woman is trying to put out a house fire, and she's losing. Lucky for her, this isn't her home.
Heart pounding a little bit.
We told a group of homeowners we were doing a story about family fire drills, but it was a trick. Really, we wanted to see if they could work a fire extinguisher.
Fire extinguisher, go, see what you can do.
Firefighters say many homeowners have fire extinguishers, but most don't know how to use them. Remember Carrie Braun? Look, it takes her an agonizing 10 seconds to pull the pin on hers.
I always thought it would be easy to use, and it's not as easy as you think.
Vincenetta Nello has a fire extinguisher at home, but was too far away from the flames for this one to do any good. So what did you learn?
To just get out. Get out.
The fire doubles every 60 seconds, so the longer it's delayed, the worse the fire is going to be.
Enrique Reyes got his extinguisher working, but then, right here, took his eyes off of the fire, a big no-no, as his wife Millie struggled with hers.
I thought it was kind of stressful, thinking of what is she doing, what am I supposed to do?
Ideally, one person should call 911 while the other mans the fire extinguisher. To use a fire extinguisher correctly, remember the acronym PASS.
All right, I'm gonna try out the pass method right now. Here I go. I'm pulling the pin, aiming, squeezing the trigger, sweeping side to side, and sure enough, success.
But the best fire extinguisher technique you can learn is when not to use one. If the fire is past the very beginning stages and getting bigger, you should get out while you can. Elizabeth Leamy, ABC News, Mahwah, New Jersey.
Good. You guys got a baseline experience of how to use the extinguisher? It's extremely important that we must understand that that small extinguisher that you guys have got in your office is extremely powerful, because a fire is nothing more than just a chemical reaction. And what does the extinguisher do? It actually interferes with one of the elements, either the heat or the fuel or the oxygen. And then it extinguishes the fire. The chemical reaction stops and the fire is extinguished. So please make sure that you guys can use that extinguisher. Let's quickly see if you guys can remember.
A surprising new.
How do we use extinguisher? What is the acronym? It's PASS. Okay. First one stands for pull. Aim to the base. Squeeze the trigger so that it can, the substance can discharge, and sweep from time to time, from side to side. Guys, pull, aim, squeeze, sweep. The whole idea why I was showing you guys the use of extinguishers, because I want you guys to have the authority or the freedom or the capability of just not be afraid. Okay. I don't know if you guys can recall, there's a fireman there that said that a fire doubles every 60 seconds. Every minute it doubles. So you haven't got time to run around, call somebody else. You actually only got about 4 to 5 minutes to make sure that the extinguisher is being used. Within that 5 minutes, you've got a 90% chance of extinguishing the fire. Okay? So please have the authority and use your extinguisher. In the offices, you will see we've also got a fire hose, okay, that can be used. A fire hose is the best way of extinguishing a fire. Water is the best way. But let's quickly see how to use an fire hose. When you use a fire hose, you need to open the valve at the bottom fully. So many times the people run to the fire with the fire hose and they forgot to open the valve, and there's not a drop in them, and then they need to go back. So they wasting time. So please make sure when you're going to use your fire hose that you open that immediately. It also helps when you open up the water, is now fully pressured inside the hose, and it's easier to roll off. So then you pull out the hose, you run to your fire. You open the nozzle in front in your hands so that the water can come out, and then you aim once again at the base, okay, of the fire. Now, guys, the fire hose is simply just like a normal hose pipe, and even you guys that is at home, you can use your hose pipe outside and as a fire hose. Have it ready, put it in the air, connected, close the tap so that when you need it, you can just run out, get it, and see if you can, and it will help you if you haven't got a fire extinguisher at home. Okay. So in the office, what is the two things that we need to do? When we see something wrong, correct it. When you cannot correct it, report it. But before it starts becoming an injury or a hazard. Those are actually the two basic golden rules in an office environment. Okay, when you see something wrong, correct it. If you cannot correct it, then you must need to report it. Report anything that you could think there is a problem in the working environment. Okay, we got any questions regarding office safety? So we can move on then to home-based safety. Good. Home-based safety. Everybody loves their house, their homes, because that is where our loved ones are. That is where we love to do. We spend a lot of time there, and we normally think that it's a natural place to work. natural place to work. And there's a lot of benefits in working at home. For example, you will find, oops, are we having that problem again?
Yeah, I think it's a bit delay the slide, but maybe it will come up.
Maybe it will come up. There you go. What are the benefits from working at home? You will see when we start working from home, we immediately think that there's a huge benefits because it's flexibility, which is fantastic, and you can start balancing your work and your life because it's flexible hours, and the cost cutting is the main this because you don't need to travel to office with the price increase of fuel and so on. And you believe you can have increased productivity, and all of these things is fantastic. But at the end of the day, you find yourself to end up working like this, where it's late at night trying to catch up, and you're sitting on a normal chair with no desk at poor lighting. So let's quickly have a look at what can go wrong at home. Being important that we can quickly see what can go wrong at home. Well, first thing, we start eating at our desk. Not a problem, can get out of hand. We start getting the back pains because we haven't got the right chairs and setup. Our desk starts cluttering and it becomes a big problem because maybe we are not working alone, but sharing our desk with somebody. And then there is the slip, trips and fall, all the tripping hazards, carpets and cords and all these things that we can have a problem with. And then we start having the interruptions with our family because they are also there. And all of this can lead to a lot of stress. And that's why it's so important that we sit down here and have a discussion of how do we set up our office environment at home. Let's quickly have a look at what do we do. Well, at office, at home is quite easy. Let's quickly look at a couple of elements. Well, firstly, you've got to have a designated desk. Okay, got to have a designated desk where you're going to work from. You got to have your electrical cords all sorted out so that it doesn't create tripping hazards or potential sparks because you're working with a laptop and you're working with all these power equipments. And then you must make sure that you've got natural lighting. That's the best lighting that you can get. And then make sure that your office is quiet. The area that you're going to work is quiet. Make sure that you have placed your monitor in such a manner that it is eye level or slightly just below eye level. Make sure that you keep your desk clean. That housekeeping is extremely important, not only your desk, but also around your desk. And then, very important, is your chairs versus your desk. The ratio is extremely important. For example, you must make sure that your elbows and your thighs is parallel to the floor and the desk, and that you can sit up straight. Sometimes with smaller, shorter people, a footstool is quite important just to lift their knees slightly so they can be comfortable. This is tried and tested as to be ergonomically correct. This is so that you can sit the maximum time there and not be uncomfortable or hurt any part of your body or your back, which is extremely important. Okay, good. So your office environment at home is extremely important and must make sure that it is safe. So take the time and look at your office environment there. Make sure that you are compliant, which to maximize your working experience at home. Because why are we doing it? We are doing this for the next generation. We are doing it because we love our family, not only to work, but we also need to look after ourselves. And I also need to maybe at this stage talk about our next generation safety. Is because if we need to make sure that if we can start implementing safety now and talk about safety at our family, it will create a safe person and not just a safe environment. Because it's common knowledge that 88% of all injuries that happens out there is due to unsafe acts, meaning stupid things that people do. Things that they always say, ah, man, now I did something stupid. I should not have done this. If we can start talking about safety on the simple things in our office and at home, like how to use our knives and forks correctly, how to store them, how to make sure that our electricity is safe, have an escape plan at home. Just like we have got a plan in the office, you can also have a plan at home to make sure that you are safe. Because this is ultimately what we are doing it for. Everybody, each working environment, each company has got a letter of good standing for COIDA, meaning if you got injured, then you are covered. The budget before COVID, unfortunately, I don't know in COVID what the budget was, but the budget in COVID, before COVID, was 4 billion rand. The claims that was submitted was 11 billion rand. So safety is a huge, huge problem in South Africa. We've got an extremely bad reputation. So the only way that we're going to manage that is making a decision and making sure that our environment is safe and educating our children so that from a young generation already, they can start learning to just do the normal things safe. Is there any questions? Because this is where we are.
I don't see anything in the chat line.
Okay. What I can do for you guys is, there you go. What I can do for you guys is send you a document that will assist you regarding setting up your desk and a little bit of economic safety, that you can just check your own working environment and make sure that you are safe. Okay. I was hoping there's somebody asking a question. Let me quickly answer this. If, let's say you get injured at home, okay, let's say you do slip, trip and fall, or your computer is catching fire and something is happening. What is the next step? If somebody gets injured and you need to report it immediately to your management and tell them what is the situation. They will complete the necessary forms and submit it. I've actually, with Tobiso here in KZN, he's the chief inspector regarding health and safety, and I sat down with him. This is not something new in the beginning of COVID. I said, what about our home-based safety? What is it if an incident happened there? Now, he says that you guys are still covered because you're under instruction of the employer to work at home. But there is no scenario that has been recorded yet. So they haven't tested that theory yet. There's a lot of things that can go wrong in that claim. For example, have we proven that your environment is safe? Have you guys given any indication of anything that is wrong in your environment? So these things are the things that we need to look at. And that's why this talk is so important. That's why if you have an incident in an office environment, it's easy because there's constantly inspections done and the employer's got direct control over it. But it does not have that in your office environment, in your home environment. But with that said, if you get injured, always report it, submit the forms, and let the Department of Labor users it decide. Okay. Good.
Thank you. Thanks, Gert. It was very, very informative. I think I need to have an inner circle meeting with management about private office setups at home. But it was very informative. Thanks to the panel. Thanks to everyone who joined us. And guys, please don't forget about the comms that went out about your e-learning and competition and gift cards up for grabs. Thanks, guys, for joining. And thank you, Gerrit. Appreciate your time. Thank you so much.
Thanks very much.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye, guys. Bye-bye.
Never go on site without a construction safety file. Here at FTS Safety, we do a lot of safety files every month. The question that I get quite often is, what do I need to do to become a safety consultant? If you need any assistance, give us a call. We can help you too. My name is Gert Hendricks. I'm a safety coach here at FTS Safety.
Mom, relax.
If your employer is responsible for health and safety at work, and you are working from home, who is responsible for health and safety? Click on the link, join us at our Wellness Day,